This video is an answer to a really good question we had at the end of the last self-hypnosis workshop. And it was the distinction between expectation and visualization. And the woman that was answering the question, she was saying, well look, often when I expect things to go well, they don't. Whereas when I go out and I don't really care so much, then it works out. And what is the difference between that and visualization? So I thought about it for a moment and I realized actually this wasn't expectation, it was attachment to outcome. And it's something that, you know, is very common. When we want something to go well, we get very attached to a certain outcome, like it has to go the way we imagined or else it would be a disaster. And when we do that, we often do things that kind of screw it up. It's generally an unattractive quality to be needy in a social interaction. So I'll give you a specific example. When I was younger, like in my teenage years, I was quite nervous in social situations. And so if I was out at a party and I'd see like a girl I wanted to talk to, if I did manage to get up the courage to go over and have a chat, I'd be so nervous because if it didn't go well, oh my God, like what does that say about me? That I would, of course, signal that, and it would come across very needy, very nervous, very unattractive, and then the interaction would go badly. Compared to today, where I'm much less attached to the outcome, I'm much more confident and relaxed in those kind of situations. If I do talk to someone, I might expect it to go well, but if it doesn't, it's not a big deal. And people can sense that. They can sense you don't need anything from them to feel good. And that's a relief, because you're not pressurizing them. You're not like forcing them to give you good emotions to buoy up your own self-esteem. You're just saying, look, I am who I am, and I'm inviting you to this conversation. Would you like to join? If they don't want to, that's fine, no biggie. Now, the distinction there is that is being non-attached to the outcome. I could still expect it to go well, and why wouldn't I? So having positive expectations is a good thing, but being attached to the outcome, it's generally unhelpful. And this is not just for social interactions. It might be if you've got a job interview or you'll have an important meeting at work, when you're so attached to it must go well, then generally speaking it isn't helpful, because you'll end up getting very nervous or just sub-communicating to the people around you that you're coming from a lack of self-esteem, and it's not an attractive quality to have. So you might be thinking, okay, well, what about visualization? Well, visualization is in the context of self-hypnosis, where you actually kind of put yourself into a hypnosis trance, and then you visualize vividly, sensing, seeing, hearing, feeling what it is that you would like to feel in whatever the scenario. So it could be like a job interview, or it could be on a date, it could be some like life goals you have, whatever the particular scenario, just trying to really get a detailed and vivid picture of what it's going to be like when you get there, of all the things that would be there, like how you would feel, what you would look like, who's in the picture, what else is going on. It's just kind of fill in the blanks to get a clearer picture in your mind so that you have some kind of roadmap to follow. Now, of course, it doesn't 100% guarantee results, like nothing does, but it's useful to have that. It can help with, if you've got an interview, it can help if you've got a difficult conversation, whatever it is, it's useful to kind of get a detailed idea of what it is that you're going for, because you're more likely to recognize it when it occurs in the real world. And conversely, it's also sometimes useful to imagine or to visualize things not going well, not going the way you wanted, not going the way you planned, but importantly, you being able to handle it, you being okay regardless of the outcome. This can be very powerful, because often when we really want something to go well, we're so scared of it not going well that either prevents us from taking action, so we just spend a lot of time procrastinating, or when we do it, we're just like sub-communicating this fear, and it's just unhelpful. So I mean, it could be like you've got a test, for example, and you're so nervous about messing up that you mess it up. Or it could be like a meeting where you've got a presentation to give. So in certain situations, actually visualizing it not going well and you being okay could actually be very powerful. It depends on the specific situation, it depends on how you feel about it. So if you've got any questions about that, just send me a message and I'll do my best to help. Anyway guys, thank you for watching, and I will speak to you soon. Adios.